I had one story to tell, it'd be about me and my high school sweetheart breaking up for when we left for college. For me, that was one of the most powerful moments of my life because I've never had a deeper connection with somebody besides my family than with her. And because ultimately what broke us up was distance and it caused a rift, but ultimately we agreed beforehand to break up as well. We had met during the sophomore year of high school, and it was during the rowing team, and she helped me with the honors cam and all these other events that basically compile into this moment. And like one of the other powerful moments I had with her was during the end of the rowing season. It was the senior year. And it was one of the other times that I cried the hardest was when the final race happened. And so after I got off the boat, I just started bawling because I was like, oh, I know it's over. I'm never rowing again. I rowed a little bit in college, but it wasn't anything compared to what the bond I have with the people and teammates that were on that team of the UA, Upper Arlington Rowing Club. And so she held me tight, and she was just like being there, and it was really a beautiful moment as well. And it kind of predicates what happened at that when we left each other. And so we had met, like I said, in sophomore year, and we had been dating for a really long time. And so ultimately we decided to go to different colleges, and she went to Cincinnati and I went to SCAD. And so we had decided beforehand that we wanted to break up, or just because it was going to be long distance. So we spent the entire summer together. And at the end of the summer, it really didn't feel like we should have broken up. Ultimately we did, just because of distance and whatnot. But at the time it was like, oh wow, we're even closer than I even could have imagined. And so basically the day before I was about to leave, she helped me pack. And everyone at that point was almost gone because of SCAD, and Cincinnati at that time were starting later than Ohio State and all these other schools. And so we were basically hanging out a lot, and she was helping me pack. And if anybody knows me, I'm completely messy and completely disorganized. So me and my mom and her helped me pack. Basically, I brought Xbox and clothes, to SCAD. So the day of reckoning came, and we had hung out for a while, and she helped me finish packing. And like it all came to a rise when I didn't it started hitting me in my heart. Like I can feel it now. Like when you have one of those special moments in your life, I think that you need to speak about it. And because I know that people have a facade sometimes, but that moment was really powerful to me. Like I knew it was gonna, we were gonna cry and everything. And for me, our connection was so strong that it was really powerful. And so my neighbor, who's basically the second mom to me, came down. Her name's Susie, and she had said goodbye, and she was there, and my mom was there. We're like, oh, we got to drive because we were picking up my mom's friend, and then driving to Savannah, Georgia, which was a very long trek for us. Ultimately, it didn't take as long as I don't know. There's so many trips like that, but. So that afternoon we were leaving, and we were supposed to leave way before we actually left. We had me and my ex-girlfriend were in my driveway, and I kept crying, and we were bawling our eyes out because I could just feel it gun hard, because it just felt like it was the end was here, or a transitional period in our lives, because I think that we both knew that it might not ever be the same, because I think that it's really powerful when you connect with somebody, and over time it can change, and you can still reminisce about the same feelings and how you connected with that person. And I think it's very powerful, and I think that a lot of people don't really talk about how moments change in your life when you're younger, and how those transcend where I'm at today. I think that basically what ended up happening, we were both really crying, and we had talked 15 minutes after, we were both bawling our eyes out. I'm talking where I could feel it right here. I'm just bawling. I've never cried harder in my life. And so ultimately we're hugging and kissing or whatever, saying goodbye. And then I was leaving, or we got in the car and we started driving, and 30 minutes later I'm just bawling my eyes out, and my mom's like, oh, you guys are gonna see each other during Christmas. And ultimately we did see each other, but it was a little bit less than what our connection was, I guess, because of the distance and time is changing. And I think that really what brought me to tell you the story today was thinking about my grandparents and how their love is so pure. and hearing my grandmother talk today about my grandfather, who's a little bit sick, but also just like not 100% there, and it kind of reminds me of how you should appreciate special connections in your life and the moments that you have. And that's why I'm starting this series, because I think that you should tell that story while you can, because you ultimately don't know what's going to happen. And if I had one story to tell, it'd be about how I met and how I ended my relationship or said goodbye to someone I loved very much. And I think that it was a very powerful moment for me. So thanks for watching.